right, continuing on our lesson over 7.1, you had some activities to do. So if you haven't already, pause the video and practice those conversions. I'll go ahead and list the answers. So we have an activity on the second page of 7.1. It says 5 meters to millimeters. So here's your conversion chart. And by the way, some people put this on its side. You might see this listed horizontally, just kind of that way instead, and they do a left-right thing. So that also is absolutely fine. If you've learned it that way, please don't let me mess you up. If you put this on its side, you would say if you're going to the right, you move your decimal right, which maybe makes a little more sense. If you're going to the left, you move your decimal left, if you kind of converted this sideways. But your base unit still is a dividing mark, and then you count how many places you move. In my way, I've got meter here in the base unit, and I'm going to millimeter. So that's 1, 2, 3 down. So I move my decimal, which is at the end if you don't see it otherwise, 1, 2, 3 right, making 5,000. All right, number 2, 42.9 HGs, that's a hectogram, and we're moving that to a regular gram. So hecto is right here, and HG would be a hectogram. And we're going 1, 2 down gets me to regular, just G gram. So 2 down, so 1, 2 right. Okay, number 3, 0.063 liters. Change that to kiloliters. So base unit, I should have circled that. For this one, I need to use it again. Liter is base unit, and we're going to kilo. 3 up is left. 1, 2, 3. So the decimal point moves over. I've got to fill in with zeros. So it's 0.0000, 4 zeros, 63. And it's optional if you put the 0 in front of that. It doesn't hurt though. Okay, 4, 8, deca, DA is deca, and then M for meter, decameter. Converting that to regular meter. Deca, remember, is the DA. Oh, there, I circled it again. So it's just one place down to get to the meter base unit. So 1 down is 1 right. Again, no decimal, so it's at the end. 1 right makes that an 80 or 80.0. Okay, number 5, 186.2 centimeters. Change that into regular meters. We're going up this time from centa, that's where we start, to 1, 2 to regular meters. So 2 up is 2 left. So 1.862. Number 6, 69.3 kg equals blank hg. So we're going from kg, which is a kilogram, to an hg, a hectogram. So kilo to hecto is 1 down, so 1 right. 693 should be your answer there. All right, so I hope you did that well, checking those answers. Okay, we've got some more wordy application problems, but the same kind of thing. So again, pause the video at any time. You need to practice this to make sure you've got it on your own. So don't always just listen, as I'm teaching. Make sure you're active, that you practice these on your own, independently. Practice them, then check your answer. You'll be much better if you do that. All right, so this question 7 says to arrange from least to greatest. So we need to figure out which one of these is the least, middle, and then greatest. Now, as it stands right now, that is not easy for me just to decipher because they're in different units. So I recommend to change these out into like units. Make them all either all decameters, all kilometers, whatever you choose. Maybe I'll just make them all into meters. That is your call. You just need, it helps to compare within the same unit though. I'm going to leave this one alone. I'm going to leave it in decameters, so I'm going to go with decameters. So I would like 0.52 kilometers. I'd like to know how many of decameters is that. So it'll be like units. So kilo to deca, is 2 down. So that moves this 2 right. So that's 52. That's definitely bigger than that. 52 decameters. Maybe you just kind of knew that. But this way you can see it compared the same. Then 62 centimeters. What is that? 62 centimeters. How many decameters is that? Then they'll be all in the same unit, and I can just compare the numbers here. So centimeter to decameter. Here's centa, here's deca, so I'm going up, 1, 2, 3. 3 up is 1, 2, 3 left. So that's my smallest number, definitely. So again, we were going what, least to greatest. So this is my smallest, so I'll have this, let's see, where'd that go? Centimeters. This is first. The second smallest was the 4.4 decameters, that's second. And then that makes that 52 decameters when I converted, that's third. So least, greatest, in order. And that's what I recommend for doing that. Number 8, Jim ran 100 meters, Bob ran 100 yards in the same length of time. Oh, so who ran faster? Okay, so we need to know which is a bigger amount, yards or meters. So remember whenever we talked about that yardstick, a yardstick's 36 inches, and then we said a meter is about 39 inches, so it's a little bit further. So who must be faster? Well, Jim can run further, right? He ran 100 meters, which we know meters is 3 inches longer. Every meter is about 3 inches longer than a yard. So he's going a little farther in the same time. So we're going to say Jim must be the faster there. And we're going to learn in 7.4 how just to make those the same units, so we can do this to say, well, how many meters is 100 yards, and convert them to the same. But for now, just kind of intuitively, a meter is further. A meter is further than a yard. So if he can go further in the same time, he must be faster. He must be faster, Jim. All right, that's number 8. Number 9, Juan takes 250 milligram chewable calcium tablets per day. So how many milligrams, and it gets in milligrams, of calcium does he take in a week? And then convert that to grams. So he takes 2 per day, so he's taking 500 milligrams per day. Then there's 7 days in a week, so he's taking 3,500 milligrams per week. So that's the first part. Then it says convert that into grams. So 3,500 milligrams equals how many grams is that question? And milli to gram is 1, 2, 3 up. So that means 3 left from our decimal point always. So the final answer there is 3.5. All right, number 10. I think that should have said a painting measures 74 centimeters by 94 centimeters. So it's a painting or a rectangle. And it is 74 centimeters by 99 centimeters. So how many centimeters of framing would be needed? So in other words, just add up all the sides. We're going to frame this as the question here. And it said leave it in centimeters. These are already in centimeters. So to frame it, we need the 74. One might argue it might need to be a little longer since you're going to frame it. So, but let's not get too technical on it. I just wanted you to add up the sides. 74, 99. This should also be 74 and 99. And they're all in centimeters. So y'all use your calculator for that, right? 18 carry the 1. And then 74 and 74. You can add them in any order. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. But totaling, let's see, what is that? 346 is what I get. I hope that's right since I kind of did that on my own without my calculator. So 346 centimeters around that picture. And then it could have said, I'm surprised I didn't say, well, how many meters is that? So we could have a follow-up question, then convert that into another unit if requested. All right, one more question. Pikes Peak in Colorado is the second most visited mountain in the world, measuring 4,302 meters. Convert this to kilometers, so blank kilometers, and then so meter to kilo. Here's meter, here's kilo, so it's 1, 2, 3 places up. So that means 1, 2, 3 places left, which will be about 4 kilometers. So, you know, we haven't got into the conversion, so I really have asked you this too far ahead of time to convert that or estimate it in miles. You know, kilometers and miles are similar, but different, so they're not an exact measurement. But if I was just saying estimate without us knowing any further, without us Googling, you know, how to convert that, I'd say, well, we could just estimate it around the fort, although that's not really an accurate measure, but it gets our mind at least an idea. It's really tall, right? A lot of miles up. That's a really tall mountain. So I'll just go with that for right now. But know when we do 7.4, we'll really answer that question. We will say 4.302 kilometers equals how many miles? And we will have a conversion for that. If you're curious, I'm going to just have to tell you the answer to that. If you all are track runners, you probably know this stuff from running to convert your miles and kilometer runs. But I'll look for the exact. I think it's 0.6. I wanted to say that, but I'm trying to look it up to be sure. So I thought I could. Oh yeah, 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometers. So what we're going to learn, just if you're curious now, is to convert this. We use this unit fraction idea. 4.302 kilometers. We put that over 1 and then times it by some true conversion, which is 1 mile is the same as 1.6 in kilometers, or basically you're going to divide by 1.6. That makes the kilometers diagonally cancel out, and it leaves our answer in miles, so it becomes 4.302 divided by 1.6. That converts it to miles. And now I really am going to ask my calculator. And I can't, but it's going to be about 2 or 3. You will divide this. It's about 4 it's going to be about 2.5 would be my estimate. So a little less than you have here would be the amount in miles. Anyway, it's a long way up to the top of that mountain, right? Anyway, we'll continue on and address how we finish that out and get my calculator going. I'm sure y'all can type that in and get that answered as well. All right, so I'll catch you again in the next session.